Hey, it's Sebastian Cruz here, head coach of the Elite Physique Academy, King of Cows. Welcome to this reaction video. Today we're doing one I am super excited about. Guy Fieri, Triple D, the mayor of Flavortown. It's going to be an epic video where we check out his citrus chicken recipe. Now, even though I really like the guy, I have to look at him like a weight loss coach. And we're going to figure out, is his citrus chicken too caloric for what it needs to be? Or is it flavorful with an appropriate amount of calories? That's the question today, and that's what we're going to find out. So let's just get right into it and figure it out. All right, we're in.
First up, my citrus chicken features bone-in thighs with a double dose of flavor. So we cut the orange.
All right, right off the bat, bone-in thighs. Kind of a yikes. When it comes to chicken, there's lean bits, low calories, high protein, and fatty bits. High fat, high protein, high calories. Bone-in thigh, definitely closer to the high fat, high protein, because that meat isn't as lean, just when you even look at the meat, and there tend to be more chunks of fat. So already off to a tough start, but let's see where he goes from here.
Now the key is always zest first, then cut the oranges, because it's really hard to zest half an orange. Okay, so we get the OJ1. Now the citrus really helps in this. You know, sometimes I'm scared with citrus and chicken when it goes to the chicken breast, because I think it can be a little too much acid and kind of break them down. They get a little mealy. But chicken thigh, come on now. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This will work.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know there was a rationale for using the chicken thigh instead of the chicken breast. Makes sense from a cooking perspective, so I'm not actually going to punish him too hard. But unfortunately, from a calories perspective, it means you have the sugars from the oranges, the fats on the chicken, and then the protein. So it's a lot of extra calories for the protein, unfortunately, which from a weight loss standpoint isn't ideal.
Oh, great. Okay, compost that. All right, balsamic vinegar, a little white balsamic. I need some of the acid, but I want the big, huge monster flavor of the traditional balsamic, so the white balsamic goes in. Just a touch of that, a couple tablespoons. Let's get a little bit of salt. Cracked black. Some celery seed, not celery salt, about a tablespoon. Let's see what else we need. Okay, let's get into some basil. Keep the basil in the fridge, the base of it wrapped up with some wet paper towel, kind of keeps it nice and moist. And the same thing with the mint. I think having fresh herbs on hand always makes your opportunity to branch out with your food a little bit better. This citrus.
So far, that was a really good counterbalance to the citrus and the chicken thigh. He threw in some salt and pepper, low cal. Fresh herbs, no cals pretty much. So this is a really smart approach when you're acknowledging that you've already put a lot of calories and flavor in with the citrus, with the chicken fat, coming in hot to counter it out with some lower calorie flavor. Very, very smart maneuver, and that gets points in my book any day.
With these bone-in, skin-on thighs, you're gonna dig. Speaking of the bone-in, skin-on thighs, now we'll put these in. These can marinate for, I'll do about 6 to 8 hours, but you know what? Because they're so firm and they've got the fat on them, you know, the dark meat, it can go even a little bit longer. And I'm gonna get some.
All right, so not only was it bone-in thighs, it was skin-on bone-in thighs. That is really fatty. I'll obviously get the calories on the screen, but this could have more calories from fat than from protein, which is honestly not ideal at all. That puts it more in like the bacon category rather than like a chicken lean protein category. So again, very important that other than the citrus, he really didn't add any calories on top of it because it's already loaded. I mean like loaded.
Olive oil, some shallots, and some garlic working. And what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna be making a glaze that's gonna go on this dynamite chicken that we got. Now,
Careful.
Olive oil in. Kind of heat that up a bit. Okay, hot olive.
That was a ton of olive oil. That's like pouring it on. That's like oh man, that at least was like 300 calories, goodness.
Oil, that's what I'm looking for. Look at this chicken. Now this is chicken thigh with the skin and bone. I want both of them because it's tons of flavor. And it's gonna go roast in this pan right here, 350-degree preheated oven. Now this will cook for about 45 minutes, and I'm gonna glaze it about halfway through. Okay, kind of turn them over.
So that's actually a smart maneuver by Guy. When you bake something, it's just hot air. You're not adding any calories like if it was deep fried. I know with a lot of, when you have chicken skin recipes, some chefs offer the shallow fry or a deep fry, and that adds a lot of oil because as you saw how he was cooking those vegetables, chefs add a lot of oil or butter when they cook things on the pan. There isn't as much of an incentive to do that once stuff goes in the oven. So smart choice considering the tons and heaps of fat he already has in this recipe via the chicken thighs.
So the skin's working, okay? Shallots are going. Remember, I got some shallots in here as well as the basil and the mint. Gonna pour that right in with some of the orange zest and orange juice. Crazy looking sauce. Add a little orange marmalade. Oh, guess what else is in here? Oh, well, we've got some reserve.
Ugh. Orange marmalade, that's pretty much just solid sugar with orange flavors at tons and tons of calories that it really does not need. It does not need it. In Harry Potter, they'd say 10 points for Gryffindor. This is minus 10 points for Mr. Triple D.
Marinade that we had this chicken going in that added basil and mint and some orange zest. You name it, it's all in here. Oh yeah, and a little chili sauce in there too. So a little sweet chili sauce. So all this coming together to make a base for the chicken that I've got downtown. So we'll kind of just lay some on there, and that'll kind of candy up on top because of the sugars in that marmalade and the sweet chili sauce.
I don't know if they showed the clip of the sweet chili sauce, but when you hear sweet in any sauce, that should send the fire alarm off in your head because that 9 out of 10 times means there's added sugar. So it's red peppers, sugar, blended sauce. And unfortunately, it ruins a perfectly good pepper with tons of calories of sugar and insulin spikes that no one needs. No one needs it. And as far as flavor goes, do you think this needed more flavor? With all the fat and good stuff there is already? I don't think so.
Okay, so that looks great. Hit another round if we need. We'll pop these back in. Let them go another 15, 20 minutes. So this one right here, I think, has my name on it. There you go. So the chicken thigh. Oh, look at the juice that's going on with that as well.
All right, this was a nice short video. One last thing to comment. When you have something as indulgent as this chicken, the last thing you want to do is pair it with like an energy-rich side. Like it looked like that was like a rice pilaf or some sort of grain. You want to pair that bad boy with some fresh vegetables or on a bed of lettuce, Acknowledge that there's a bunch of calories there. Because again, life isn't about save every last calorie, but it's about being smart. Save the rice for another time when you're just eating plain grilled chicken breasts or something like that. Use a bed of lettuce, use some veggies. That's how you'd make some balance. Overall takeaway, this is definitely more of a treat meal. Do not look for something this fatty and this sugary in your day-to-day. It's gonna introduce a lot of unnecessary calories. Make it as a treat, as an indulgence, as a splurge. That said, it's kind of weird to think of a citrus chicken thigh as your splurge, but to each their own. So most people I know would prefer ice cream or something more traditional. So if you were looking to make this as part of a healthy diet, healthy meal in your normal day-to-day routine, I would say it's a pretty bad choice. Say something nice about Guy Fieri: charismatic, energetic, amazing entertainer, but unfortunately, probably not the best influence for making calorie-controlled portions for your day-to-day life. I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you for watching this video. This was a lot of fun. I love Guy Fieri. It was actually cool seeing him in the cooking seat. He normally does reviews of other people's food, so seeing him in this role is exciting. Let me know what other favorite chefs you want me to review. There's tons out there. I have a list, but if you want me to get to your fave, your Guy Fieri, then let me know in the comments. Like the vid, would appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll catch you next time. We're gonna keep rolling with these. We're gonna take this series to the moon. All thanks to you. So come along for the ride. Take care.